Peace, my kings and queens. We are here today. It is Saturday. I don't know when this video will be going up, but today is Saturday, and I'm about to get the kiddos served their lunch. So again, it's VEDA. Why not come along with me? We had a pretty productive day thus far. I had to run a lot of errands, including taking TJ, Tatai, and Tyjan all out to get some new sneakers. So we took care of that. I didn't film while we were out because I had a whole lot going on. Yesterday was the funeral services for Kha'yair's other grandma. We'll talk about that a little later. But we had to get up early. It's been raining here for the past 3 days, like all day, all night. And so today was the first morning that I really could, I mean, aside from the kids being in school all week, but we could have did it in the evening, but nobody, I ain't got time for all that, going out there and all that rain. So, hubby was off this morning, so we just all went out as a family and ran errands and took care of some things we needed to do. And thank God I didn't have to go to the supermarket today, because I've been going throughout the week to Aldi's when it's just been Kha'yair and myself. We've been spending a lot of one-on-one time, and I've been letting him go so I can get a feel of what he likes to eat, like as far as his snacks and his meal selection, so I can incorporate it all in our weekly house meetings. Because if you guys don't know, you can check some of my old content. I do weekly house meetings with the kids because I feel as though it's your foods too, you have to eat it. So if they're not with us when we shop, so if we don't shop in the evenings or on the weekends, what I do is I sit them down at the computer while I'm on Sam's Club, and I show them, you know, we'll go through the snacks. We'll go through like cookies or cakes or chips, so they can pick their snacks that they want. And all of them normally pick 2 things, because remember, the stuff is in bulk. And I try to call them one at a time so they don't piggyback off of what the other one's saying, so that we can have a variety of snacks. So I give all the kids the opportunity to pick out 2 bulk snacks, and then I'll add some things on top so we can fill that whole snack closet that I have, because you guys know I got a 5-shelf snack closet that I try to keep filled to the max. And I even have stuff on the top and in other areas, so try to keep all the snacks that they like, especially, well, all the time, but especially in the winter months. I need them available because we're not running out in the cold or in inclement weather or anything like that. So I like to have stuff, a variety of foods and snacks here in the home. In addition, if you're newer to our channel and you didn't know, we are foster parents, so I like to have a variety of snacks in the home. In case we accept a placement, we have something that everybody can like and enjoy. So on today's menu, I am going to be making the kids some like a pita bake is what I call it. I'm gonna use some pita bread, and I'm gonna top it with like chicken and bacon and cheese, and then we're gonna get it all melted in the oven. Everyone's gonna have their own. I can slice it like a pizza, and you can do these things. Very interesting. You can change all your toppings. You could make it like a pizza, like a real pizza. Like you could put like cheese and pepperoni, maybe some sausage, ham. You could put spinach leaves. You can do whatever you want. You can make it breakfast style, so sometimes I do it with eggs and bacon and sausage and load it up with cheese and even potatoes. However you want to do it, just remix it. But today, like I said, we're gonna go with, I have some chicken fajitas that I thawed out here. So I'm going to actually shred this down. I have my shredder ready, my hand shredder ready. I'm just going to shred some of that down so I can have it in smaller pieces on the pizza, because normally when they see it in the chunks, and if I chop it down, they're picking it off and stuff, but I need them to get their protein in, so I'm going to shred it down into smaller pieces so it kind of disappears when I melt it down. It's under that cheese and bacon, so they'll accept it better. So let me get started. The first thing I'm gonna do is get my bacon going. I'm actually cooking a packed bacon. I normally have the bacon crumbles, but I just have enough for my salads and stuff. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and fry up some bacon, which is no big deal. Fry stuff. A lot of people like, why don't you just fry your bacon in the air fryer or in the oven? And I'm like, I'm old school. I do everything right here on the stove. No biggie. So actually, move that over. I'm gonna actually move it to the other side here, so the heat is not directly on the sister. Because I told y'all a million times over. I got all this gas escaping. I am going through the change. So anyway, to keep the heat off the sister, I'm doing it. So I'm gonna cut this bacon open. I'm sorry. And I'll be wanting to open these packages before I even get to filming, but how fun is it if you're not actually watching me take all the steps to make the meal? So what's the purpose of inviting you to come with me as I'm cooking if you can't see me actually cook, or like realistically open the packages and cook and stuff like that? So we're gonna get this bacon all fried up. I've done this a million times over in my uploads. I even have done it live with you guys while I have been doing these cook with me's for the family. So no big deal. Got that on medium to low heat going over there. I'm gonna grab out some more things that I need, guys. Hi, Sean. That's enough, baby. Haven't quite made up my mind what they're gonna have on the side, but no, I said that's enough. Go back downstairs. So we're gonna be using some mild cheddar cheese. Everybody agreed on it because I told them what I was making. We're gonna use these Greek pitas. They're white, so we're gonna use those. Put that there for a moment. Gonna use a little butter, and that's just a light spread on the pitas before I get to cooking them. So the first thing that I'm gonna do now that bacon is started, I'm gonna go ahead and get this chicken, some of this chicken shredded. And I'm really trying not to mess with these bags too much, so that I don't make all that rattling noise in you guys' ears, because I'm telling you, it's annoying for me. I always apologize to you guys in advance, so again, I'm sorry. But yeah, just gonna shred some of this chicken down, and it's gonna go right on the right on top of the pita. I'm not gonna do anything to it because it's basically cooked. And it's gonna do what I need it to do when I put the whole pita together and put it in the oven. So, hope you guys are enjoying these uploads. I'm trying to stay consistent. Like I said, I have so much going on, but I am trying to keep up with the algorithm of VEDA. And this is something that I have to do every day, whether I'm recording or not. And so, why not set up the camera and bring you guys along? Easy peasy, no editing. It's the best part about it. It's like a live, no editing. That's why I really fell in love with going live. Speaking of which, I'm planning on coming back real soon. Hopefully this week. Can't make any promises, but if I have it my way, I'll be coming back live this week. And guys, I'm just shredding this chicken. Getting enough to cover these pitas. Shred it down. I think I'm going to do some. I'm going to cut some and shred some. Not really sure yet. Because I don't mind the larger pieces on mine. and neither do Kha'yair. It's just the other little boys give me such a problem with different meats. And I think it's a texture thing for Tatai, because I've shared with you guys in the past that his appetite has slowed down, but his doctor said it's perfectly normal for kids their age and that it will eventually pick back up. I've had the same thing happen with TJ, where his appetite slowed down, but his picked up in a couple months. Kha'yair now has been over a year, and he's just basically, he likes what he likes. He's just basically interested in eating the same foods, like stuff that I know he likes, which is very important for me to bring him to the computer so that he can choose what he want to eat. There was even a recent incident at school, like on Fridays, they served them pizza, and Tatai was so upset when he got off the bus one day, and before he can even get into the van, he was like, Dalu, they served me a square pizza at school. And I'm like, a square pizza? Did you like it? I didn't eat that. So he wouldn't even eat the pizza just because it was square. So now I'm mindful of that. So if we go out to a pizzeria, and I have to make sure that I get him the right slices or he's not going to eat it. So it's so sad because that day he just ate his sides and stuff, and then he I think when the lunch lady realized that he wasn't eating his food, she offered him a cheese sandwich or a PB&J, and of course he took peanut butter and jelly. You guys know my kids are crazy for that stuff, so yeah. And that's different because they don't normally I don't want to tell on anybody, but they don't normally give that out in school. So because of the allergies for a lot of kids to the peanut butter. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys what I got going on here in a minute. Just trying not to rattle that bag while I do this. But they don't like too much chicken on their pitas, so I don't have to shred up too much. Or if I do decide to like shred it all, and I'm just saying in general, then I will save some for another time or put more of it on hubbies and I. So this is the chicken that I'm shredding, guys. It looked like it's less than it actually is. It's plenty here. So we use that. Sometimes you can, if you need to improvise, you could even use like canned chicken. Canned chicken is very good for a lot of different recipes. For anybody who don't know that, I've made, and you can look on my Making Something Out of Nothing, where I've made chicken fritters out of canned chicken. Very interesting, inexpensive, and I came up with that actual cooking series to show people that you don't have to have a lot of ingredients, or especially considering now during this food crisis, that you really can make some inexpensive meals for your family and still survive. And I'm trying to give people ideas of things they can use right out of their prepper pantry, or inexpensive food items that they can buy and still get a nice meal for their family. So sorry guys, I'm over here turning this bacon, and I'm going to add the rest of the pack in the pan now that I'm able to move it over some. But had a very busy week because of, like I said, my grandson's other grandmother's funeral. Just seeing if they needed some assistance anywhere, any way that I could. I was trying to work on him to see if he in fact wanted to go. He changed his mind on a couple of occasions, and I don't force anything. So I kept telling him it's whatever he wanted to do. He got to the night before on Thursday, and then he was like kind of leaning towards a yes. And he did all the way through the afternoon of Friday. And he didn't make it. And again, I wasn't forcing him. But they were able to send him some video and some pictures. So I think he's okay with that. I think that made him feel better, and I was happy about that. So, yeah, it's okay. As I said to you guys before, it's a lot of moving parts to this situation. Let me put it here. A lot of moving parts to this situation, and it's gonna take a lot of work to get him through it all, but I'm sure we'll be fine. So right now I have 2 of the pizza pans out, and we're gonna start prepping these pitas. This is what they're looking like. So everyone will have one. So I could get 2 to a pan. And then I have another pan, line that. I like to use 4 particular pan. For easy cleanup. Any way to make life a little easier for me, guys, I'm doing it. So with all the pans, I can have 2. And you get 12, so basically there'll be like 2 servings for everybody. But they only eat 1, because these, as you can see, these rounds are a very nice size. But if they want something similar within the week, they're already thawed and ready. Ketchup on this bacon. Yeah, I've been pretty busy. I haven't even been able to check on like my little shows. I'm missing out on some things. I told my girlfriend, don't tell me, I don't want to hear it. She's laughing. So I'm just like rubbing some butter off the back of the spoon right across the pitas. I don't know, I like mine nice and buttery. You can buy the buttered spray. Some people just rub it all over it. Some people use like the olive oil spray. I don't like it on the pitas myself, unless I'm making like a pizza and then I'm very light with it. Don't like to use all that. And even with this butter, I'm very light with it. Just, you know, to give it a little butter to it. You can put down like some Italian seasonings on it, and I'm going to put it on the bottom here to hide it from the kids. Because when they see it, you know, sometimes when they see it, it'll make them not want it. So that's my little trick. I hide the seasonings underneath all that bacon and cheese goodness. And normally they'll eat it. So we have the Italian seasoning, and I'm just going to sprinkle that right on the bread and the pita with the butter, and just lightly, you can use your seasoning of choice. Like I told you, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's so good. You don't have to use like any additional seasonings because the chicken is seasoned already. Your bacon is salted already. So just at this point, when your bacon finishes frying up, we're almost there, guys. You just want to go ahead and chop your bacon down and get this stuff all layered up for the most part. I'm gonna work on that. Just want this bacon done a little more. I have a lot going on here. So we're done with the butter. I can put that away. Decide what we're gonna have with this. We do have pineapple soda left from last night, so I guess we're gonna have that. And then we have some chocolate. The Hunt's chocolate and vanilla pudding where you get 2 and 2, but we have extra packs, so depending on whatever flavor they want, they can have that and grab another one out. They've had fruit this morning with breakfast, and at some point, probably before dinner, I'm gonna whip everybody up some yogurt. I have plenty of yogurt in here and frozen fruit, and I'm gonna blend it up and make a flavored yogurt and give everybody a dish of that. If they don't want the yogurt, they can have a smoothie, so I'll give them options. But with the smoothie, I tend to put some spinach wings in it. They don't even know. They just be like, oh, mine is this color. Like, I like this green. And they say, make mine green, dilute. They don't even realize that's spinach. So any way that you guys could trick those kids into getting that protein, like I'm doing with these pizzas and that chicken, and vegetables, like I sneak the spinach in their smoothies, you have to do it, guys. You have to do it, because the kids otherwise are not going to get in their proteins and veggies. So another way that you can kind of, you know, trick them into doing what you need. Get some of this stuff away. No. This chicken. Sorry for this noise, guys. I'm gonna have to get this chicken put away here. These eggs. You don't want to do your bacon overcooked, because remember, it's going in the oven, guys. So let me put this aside. Get this bacon flipped. That's good. That's perfect. So I'm gonna let that here. So now I gotta work on chopping this bacon down. First I gotta get it out and into a nice bowl so I can drain that grease. Paper towel. Do that now. Bacon out. Let me get the bacon out, guys. Normally I will cook the bacon like a couple more minutes, but the fact that it's gonna continue cooking in the oven, you want to pull it out now because you don't want your bacon burnt or your pitas. So here we are. That bacon's all fried up here. Look at that goodness, guys. Look at that goodness. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let that bacon drain for a second. It's ready. Look at their cups out. I haven't decided. Even honestly, what's for dinner today? We have a number of choices. But again, I'll just, maybe when they come up and we're sitting here having lunch, we'll discuss what we're having for dinner. I'll throw them their options and they can choose. I probably won't record me doing dinner today because this stuff, believe it or not, when you're recording all these meals and you gotta think it's taking like a half an hour to an hour, you're using a lot of storage in your devices, your cameras, your phones, whatever. And so one here and there is suffice for me. I'm not doing these daily. I know it seems like I may be, but I don't even have enough time to do these things daily. I would like to, if I could. If I didn't do like other uploads and stuff like that, maybe I could. But I don't even be in the mood for cooking every day, and I'm sure you guys don't either. Some days I want to order takeout too, but you know, it's cheaper to go ahead and buy the food and cook it right at home. Especially with the way the prices of the food is still going up and the gas. So yeah, the funeral services were yesterday. Unfortunately, my grandson's mother, who was her daughter, and she had two girls. She had two daughters. They didn't do well at all. My grandson's mother ended up at the ER. She broke down. So I'm not going to get into any more details on that, but it was a lot. It was really a lot. Again, he opted not to go again, and of course I wasn't forcing him. He's still doing well, and now that the dust is settling, I'm thinking we're only going to move forward from here, so he should be fine. I am going to go ahead and reach out again to Perform Care. I have about a week ago, and if you guys don't know what Perform Care is, it's a service. Anyone can receive services. You would call the 800 number for Perform Care in your state, in your city, and when you call them, they normally come. It's a service that comes to you, to your home. If you're having any issues with your children or a child in particular, you can call them, and normally they send someone out because they have different offices. So depending on your address or where you're located with the child, where they're going to visit you, they'll contact that particular office and have someone come out and do an assessment right in your home. And if they deem any services are necessary, they'll put you right on the right path and get all the resources going that you need, or point you at least in the right direction, and even tell you some services that may help with the cost of it. A lot of it is covered by Medicaid or state insurance, so it's something that, you know, everyone should be aware of, especially if you have children, or even if you need some adult services. I said it before, there is a national line that you can call for resources, and they can help you. And I'm so sorry I didn't double check that, and I should have. Is either 611 or 211. One of the two. I can't remember if it begins with the 6 or the 2, but 611 or 211 is national resources. They can assist you or point you in the right direction of resources that you may need. So let's move on ahead and get this bacon chopped up. And guys, I use my kitchen shears for a lot of things. Makes life so much easier. So the first thing I'm going to do is put down the chicken. So I'm going to go ahead and put the chicken all over the pitas. Get them nice and covered. Sometimes I get to this point, guys, and I be needing more. So I'll just go and either shred up some more, or like I said, I like mine in the larger pieces. So I'll probably, like, if that happened, give the kiddos all of the shredded chicken, and then I'll go behind and get myself some chunks and put on mine. But it's working for now. We are good. No complaints. I think I made it. Good job. Good job. Just want to have some chicken all over your pitas, so it's actually worked out. Hubby's in and out now. He's actually in our development. We have a few friends that live in our development, and that's where he is right now, at one of their houses. So he is around. So he will be coming back for his, because this is one of his favorites. After that, I just start like chopping down, well, cutting down the bacon into pieces all over. And there's plenty. And this is another way I get the kids to eat some bacon. Because like I said, I bury the stuff under the cheese. They don't even realize it. They don't even realize it. But if I just hand them bacon on their trays for breakfast or something I'm making for dinner, they don't want it. But guys, even when I'm cleaning my meats, like my chicken and my beef or whatever, and I trim the fat with the kitchen shears. You'd be amazed. These kitchen shears work wonders for a lot of things. A lot of people don't think they be using the knives and stuff for that. And I'm like, use your kitchen shears. And they're like, oh my God, that's genius. I never thought of it. Yeah. I've been doing that since forever. Using kitchen shears for everything. Makes life so much easier. Less room for cutting yourself too. I mean, you still can cut yourself with the shears, but it doesn't happen as often as someone cutting themselves with a knife. But another thing, guys, the kids, oh my gosh, get back here. And I don't know, this baby, he's rough with these game controllers. He is, because he is a sore loser. And I try to get him out of that, because whenever he loses, he'll toss that controller down to the floor, and he's breaking them. Like, I don't know how many times or how often I'm replacing these controllers. And I'm at a point where I'm telling him, if you keep tossing it down, I will not replace it. So the PlayStation 4 controllers are not working right now. And they have not been for about 2 days. And normally I'll jump right on Amazon and order replacements, but I'm not this time, because I have to teach them, if this is how you're going to treat it, then you're not going to be able to play it. Now the big boys are a little mad at him right now, because he broke those controllers, being a sore loser. And I lost a lot of money. Well, probably not lost, because I could send them back. But I had ordered, I thought it was their, the chargers. That was the reason why they weren't charging. So I ran down, someone told me they had them at the Dollar Tree, and they really work. So I ran down to the Dollar Tree one day, and I got 3 chargers, because I like everybody to have their own, because other than that, they're fighting over who gets to charge what first. So we got certain areas of the home where they can charge every night at 10 o'clock on weekends. But every night, 8 o'clock, they have to bring me their devices, meaning their tablets, and their chargers, and the controllers to those games, because you will not be downstairs trying to sneak to play. I'm not bringing it to you. You know that you need to bring it to me. And so, we got Alexa set up to remind them what time it is, and they know they need to unplug those devices and bring them to me. So everyone, even Kha'yair, is in routine. They come up, hand me the devices and the chargers, and I put them away. Nobody can get them again until after school hours the next day. So anyone who stays home sick in my home, you will not be home playing video games and stuff all day. It's not an option. And that's something that, downstairs, baby.
Okay.
That's something that I've always had in place, even with my son. If you're not well enough to go to school, you cannot stay home and play games and stuff all day. And so, needless to say, my kids don't like to stay home. Because they know you're going to, if you're sick, you can lay around. You can watch TV. But, you know, they don't like to keep falling asleep like that. Because, you know, what else you going to do? You watch TV long enough, you're going to fall asleep. So, you know, I have to really be sick to want to stay home with me. Because they know it's not all fun and games. So yeah, I'm getting all of these covered with the bacon and the chickens on there. And so next, guys, all I have to do is cover them with the cheese, put them in the oven for about 10-15 minutes, and you will see this deliciousness. Tyjon, go downstairs. People laugh at me in these uploads and say how in tuned I am to the kids in the background, even though I'm multitasking. Listen, when you have a bunch of little ones, I can even tell you, and I'm sure other parents in here, if you're watching or you know other people with kids, I can tell you where they're located in the house and everything. Sometimes I hear them cry. I know exactly, of course, who it is. I can pretty much figure out what happened. When you have children, you have to be in tune to what's going on at all times. A fight can break out in 20 seconds. I have these kids so fooled. Yesterday, so funny, I got a call from the nurse with TJ. Anytime they go to the nurse, they have to notify the parents. It wasn't an emergency or anything, but well, he had an incident, but it wasn't an emergency or he didn't do anything wrong. So the nurse had to call me, of course, and inform me. So when I got over to the bus stop to pick up the boys, I said, well, TJ, what happened today? And he was like, what? And then I started mentioning a little bit about the incident. He said, wait a minute, you looking at the cameras? Because he know I watch the cameras here. So he thought I was watching the school cameras too. It was so funny. And I was like, I saw that, and I took everything that the nurse said. She even told me that after he left her office and everything was resolved, later on she was walking past his class, and he happened to be sitting in the doorway of the classroom playing, you know, by himself or whatever. So she had mentioned that in the conversation as well. So I told him that. I said, and didn't she go past your class and you was in the doorway? And he was looking like, what? Wait, how you know? He's like, Mom, you watching those cameras? I was so tickled. I said, I keep telling y'all, moms have eyes on the front and the back of their head, and we see everything. God built us that way so we can watch out for y'all. Oh my God, these kids are convinced that I have eyes everywhere. I love it. I'm just making sure I have enough cheese, guys, because these kids love cheese and so do I. So I want to make sure everything is going to be covered. Oh my God, I wish I had more chicken to put on the top. But that's okay, because when everything on here is going to be so nice and filling, now you probably can see why I buy so much. Tyjon! So much lunch meat, and because you can even do it with like your soft deli meat. You can do the same concept here. This is going to be absolutely delicious. So just real quick, I'm gonna pick that up like that, but I want to show you guys. See that? See how good that look, guys? Oh my God, this is a winner. So now, if you wanted to put some more topping on it, this would be your time to do that. I'm just going to sprinkle just a little more Italian seasoning on top. Just a little. You see how fast I'm going, because I'm making sure I only give them a little on each one. And we're going to get these things in the oven. And in the meantime, I'll go ahead and this oven was already preheated to 400. If you don't feel comfortable doing it at 400, you could bring it down to 375. It's all up to you. Nothing's gonna happen, but if you don't, you know, everybody have a preference. Because I have this one client at work, whenever it's her day to cook, she does not like the oven. If it's something she has to bake, she do not like that oven going past 300 degrees. And I'm like, well, you realize you need to start your food sooner, because it's not going to cook as fast. So she's always willing to do that, but she does not like. And I keep these drying mats, the ones that I'm no longer using for drying mats. And when I'm prepping, I do everything right on these mats, and then I can shake the crumbs right in the oven and toss that right in the laundry. I have a mesh bag down in the laundry room that's for washing on them when I get a nice amount, because I have so many of those in different colors and everything, and works for me. I even keep some on my counter every day, and put things on it because it catches those crumbs, and you could just take it, shake it off, you know, easier than all the spills that we have going on. So yeah, let me get their drinks poured up now. Get their drink, and this is nice and cold because this is what they drank yesterday for dinner. I don't like to have soda around too long. I'd rather they go ahead and drink it up instead of it going flat. TJ, I'm recording. I will be down in a second. Yeah, use it all up. Give it to the kids. And that's done. Downstairs, they come up here with those video games, making all the noises. I mean, them tablets. I don't understand how it's so hard to follow the same rules every day, but if you got kids, you know they will test you. They do everything you ask them not to do, and then when it's time for them to face the consequences, it's unfair. How is it unfair? You're not listening. So yeah, I'm planning on going out this upcoming week for our large monthly grocery haul. I am included in a monthly grocery haul collab, so I definitely want to have that recorded. So this is perfect timing. Again, I like to, a part of our weekly house meetings, let the kids sit down and give me each one breakfast and one dinner. So that covers 4 days of the week, and then I'll just fill in the rest. I'll have like a blank weekly calendar, and sometimes we'll do a 2 weeks worth. Can't really quite get them to do a month. We've done it successfully once, maybe twice, and that's pushing it in 3 years, but I try to get as much meal ideas out of them. I listen to the conversations that they have throughout the day, or different things they tell me that they ate at school and they really liked it, or something in the community that they've had and they really liked it, and I'll try to duplicate it, do like a copycat recipe or something like that. But for the most part, we eat majority of our meals here in home because things are so very costly. I remember pre-pandemic, it was a family date every Saturday. Hubby and I, we both had off every Saturday, so every Saturday he and I and the kids had to either go out for breakfast or lunch or dinner, and that used to be something that they look forward to, and it got the kids familiar with, you know, dining out, and that worked for us. However, pandemic occurred. A lot of things came to a halt. As far as having the opportunity to dine in, and safety is number one for me, so that was no longer an option as far as I was concerned. Shut this. Yeah, that was no longer an option. Breaking these pudding cups. So they can decide what flavor they want, chocolate or vanilla. So yeah, they're gonna have their pita sandwich, their pudding, their juice, and their fresh fruit on the table that they can have if they still want fruit. But I'm not gonna open up any canned fruit, but I am gonna get their plates ready. As we'll get those out and set up. another simple meal as far as I'm considered. The most I had to do was fry up the bacon. And again, you know, you have options for that. You could slide it in the oven and let it do what it do, or air fryer, let it do what it do. So many ways to make fast food. So funny because, you know, my husband's from Nigeria, and they really don't even have microwaves. They cook everything, all of their meals, from scratch. Because, you know, they eat from the land. And so when he first came here and saw how fast the meals were being prepared, like when he saw me go in the kitchen, and I'm guessing that in his mind was like, oh my God, it's going to be like 2-3 hours before we eat. And I would whip that stuff up and come out. That was one of the stories that he told his friends a lot. I'm sorry, my glasses are almost dirty. You wear glasses, you feel me. He used to say, oh my God, the food is good. And he used to be like, is this food already prepared? I'm like, no, I'm cooking this stuff from scratch. But the whole air fryer, the whole Instapot, the microwave, like ovenettes and stuff like that, they don't do that over there. Everything is right on the range, y'all. Real funny. So this was like, he's like, oh, America, now it's so convenient. You know, that was a big thing for him, and that was funny. Check these. Yep. Come on out. Here. Here you go, guys. Look at that deliciousness. Oh my God. Looks so good. So I'm gonna get the boys out. So after I get them plated up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get me and hubby's out. I'm gonna let them go just a little longer because we like ours well. Okay. So I'm gonna get the boys, and I picked them up right with my tongues. So let me see if they want me to chop them down, like cut them with the pizza slicer. That's fine. And as you can see, it didn't even take 15 minutes. Again, I just judge it by what it's looking like when I check it in the oven. And basically when your cheese is melted, it's done. But if you want it like a nice brown look, like I had going on there, then yeah. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut these in half so it's easier for them to handle. Yeah. You guys are the best. I enjoy always having you hang out with me. It's always so much fun chit-chatting with you. My cousin asked me if I feel like I be talking to myself, and I said no, not at all. No ma'am. I feel like I'm talking to my best friends or family, which you guys are, my family. No, I can just run my mouth. Look, sometimes I don't want any people to respond. I just want somebody to listen. So that works for me. You know what happens? You get in the heat of an argument or disagreement or just a conversation, and sometimes you don't even get to say some of the things you meant to say because somebody cut you off. So I'd rather it this way. I pretty much for the most part know that Tyjon's the only one that like chocolate. I'm not sure about Kha'yair. So I know TJ and Ty picked the vanilla, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that on their plates. Let me get these others out real quick. Oop, almost dropped that. Well, I dropped that, almost dropped it on the floor mat. So yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this camera flicked around, let you guys see what we got going on here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. You guys don't know how much I appreciate it. Always look forward to chit-chatting with my family. So I'll see you in the next upload. And again, enjoy your weekend. Do something productive. Do something for yourself. Love and respect from the Amaechis. Here we go, guys. Here's those pizzas. Look at that. Look at that. You see the bacon. You see like the chicken and the cheese. So good. So good. So this is all of their meals. I just have to find out which one Kha'yair want, chocolate or vanilla, but and there's some for me and hubby there. Again, the ingredients are so easy to whip up real quick if anybody want more. But normally when I give them the one of these with the cup, like the pudding cup or fruit cup, their juice, and they have some fresh fruit, that's plenty. They'll just want something out of the snack closet to go with it. So, see you on the next episode. Love and respect.